It's a popular challenge where people go the entire month of January without drinking alcohol. This is so easy for me. Right now, the U.S. is about 54% of adults report that they drink in general. That's the lowest level since records began in 1939. That's almost 90 years ago. So we're doing okay.
Really surprises me. Rachel Hechtman took on Dry January, the challenge, about 5 years ago and has not looked back. She is now a sober life coach and here to share some fun alcohol-free events happening this month. Welcome back to New York Living, Rachel. Good to see you.
Thanks so much for having me back. I'm so excited to be here.
So what made you kick it? What made you say I'm gonna be non-alcoholic and just do mocktails and things like that?
I was honestly sick and tired of feeling sick and tired all the time.
Yeah.
And my mom asked me, she was like, listen, try Dry January, please. It was 2021. I said no. And then on January 3rd, I woke up and I had a horrible hangover. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just try it. Just 30 days. Let's just see what happens. And I never had a drink again.
Wow. So good. You know, there's only, I always say there's only two drugs that if you don't do them, you have to explain yourself to other people. Yeah. Caffeine and alcohol. Like if you don't drink coffee or drink alcohol, you have to like explain yourself, which is weird. But it does feel like there's been a bit of a cultural shift lately. Do you think people are sort of changing how they approach alcohol?
Oh yeah, there's a huge shift happening. About 30% of Americans are taking place in Dry January this year,
wow,
which is a 36% increase from last year. And you know, being around the city, there's been so many new spaces that have opened up that are alcohol-free. Members-only clubs, bars and cafes. There really is a shift happening, and it's been incredible to
And
see.
it's still, I mean, you know, I never really drank. And I was always able to have a good time because you just found the good time. Do you find that people have to put more effort into finding a good time and they're doing it and they're getting more creative?
No, so I always believed that before I got sober that the fun was going to be done when I got sober. But then I got sober and I was like, wait, I actually remember my whole night. I feel good all the time. So my tagline actually for my entire company is you don't need booze to have fun. And so I've really made it my mission to show people that you don't need booze to have fun by giving out non-alcoholic beverages at events or creating my own spaces where people can come and connect without having the pressure of alcohol around.
Yeah, I do notice that when I go to social gatherings, I don't drink, but it's one of those few times where I feel like people are like, let me get you a drink. What are you drinking?
Yeah.
Can I get you a drink? So tell me a little bit about some of the places that are events or spaces that are alcohol-free in New York.
Yeah, well, so I just celebrated my 5 years of no drinking on Saturday, and I had a party at the Maze. The Maze is a members-only social club that opened a few months ago. It's in Flatiron. It's Tom Colicchio from Crafted Hospitality. He's running their food and beverage program. So that's a new space. There's Soft Bar and Cafe in Greenpoint. It's a bar and cafe, and it has amazing non-alcoholic beverages where you actually feel something. And then there's Othership, which is an immersive social wellness experience with saunas and cold plunges.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's fun.
I want a dive bar that's non-alcoholic. Like these places sound like very hip and cool. I want like a grungy, nasty dive bar that's like nope, we don't serve booze.
It
Yep.
actually exists. It exists. There's one called Hecate. It's in the Lower East Side in East Village, and yeah, it's a dive bar. It's a sober dive bar.
Oh my gosh,
that's great.
Yeah.
Events itself. What about events?
Okay, so we have coming up on January 24th. I will be at Othership. And I will be giving out non-alcoholic beverages with a DJ, and people will be dancing and going between the sauna and the cold plunge. So that will be fun. And then,
by the way, drunk cold plunging, not a good idea.
No,
they just can't.
There's no alcohol allowed in that space.
It will sober you up fast.
Yes, yes. And then on the 30th, I'm doing a dry disco at Club Curious, Curious Elixirs. These are actually Curious Elixirs that I brought here today. These are a good morning mocktail. This is a blood orange spritz with American ginseng, so it gives you a little bit of a boost.
That's very nice. And you have to get more creative with the drinks too, because you know, you have to kind of take the edge off. People really want to have a cocktail, then you got to get creative with it.
Well, these have adaptogens in them, so they actually make you feel something, right? So this one has American ginseng, and it gives you a little bit of a boost if that's what you're looking for.
Ginseng's good for the libido.
It is. Oh, well, I think it may be.
I think it is. That's my tennis instructor told me back.
Well, that's amazing.
Tennis camp. He had a lot of dates, and he's like, I'm drinking ginseng.
Ben's getting his moles checked later.
I'm drinking a lot of this.
Who knows what's going to happen? All right. Last, there's a vision board event. Tell me about this.
Yeah. So we'll be making vision boards to close out Dry January at the Maze, and it's really important to set your intentions for the new year. And you know, what do you want that to look like? And when you can actually put that on paper and look at it every day, there's a way higher chance of it actually happening and coming to fruition. So.
I love this movement.
Yeah.
I do too.
I think it's good. Very nice. Thank you so much.
Rachel, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me on.
If you want to learn more about these events, follow Rachel on Instagram at Sober in Central Park.